Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another Robinhood portfolio update. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully everybody's having a GGD, a great green day in the market. You know I always wish the best for my viewers and subscribers. First off, guys, I want to say sorry I did miss the video yesterday. I actually recorded it. I just forgot to upload it. So I'm just going to, start on Tuesday this week. But we're going to go over the overall portfolio performance, the value of the portfolio, of course, the different statistics, how we've been doing for the week, month, 3-month, etc., as well as the buying power and the dividend I got paid last night, and the individual stocks and how they're performing, and where I'm going to be putting that Altria dividend when I get it at the end of the month, as well as look at the watch list for my dividends and my growth portion of the portfolio. So jumping right in, today we are down a little over $115, down 0.24%. For the week, we are down $2,000, down 3.92%. That 1 month mark, we are down $2,700 with a 5% loss. We're only down $76 for the 3-month mark. Then year to date, we're up $74. So a small gain for the year. Then for that 1 year mark, we are down around $600, down 1.2%. And then all time, we are up $14,571.21 with a 41.23% return. So guys, of course, the short-term fluctuation is going to lower that overall return. Before, I believe, was like 47 or 48%. So it's down about 6% from our all-time best record. But, in the short term, the market is a voting machine. In the long term, it's a weighing machine. So as long as I pick quality companies that grow their earnings and make more money year over year, and possibly even reward shareholders like myself with dividend payments, then I'm going to be making more money. So that's really what it's all about, guys. Picking quality and sticking with those quality companies. So jumping right in, for the buying power, we have $150, which we just got paid. I'll show you real quick. A dividend from Realty Income. So if we come down here, as you guys can see, I did buy some more shares. We got a dividend in February, again in March and April. It's a monthly payer. So we have $43.69 added to our total. So that's how we got that $150. And of course, we're going to get that $313 from Altria. So I'm going to let that sit, and we'll have about $360 when it comes to the end of April. So jumping into the portfolio and the individual stocks, today Realty Income is sitting at $51.22. We have 170 shares, $8,700 worth of market value. Average cost is $65.03. 17.5% of the portfolio is in Realty Income. Today we're down $73. Total, we're down $2,350 with a total loss of 21%. Now, guys, I love this company. I love the monthly income. I do like the acquisitions that they have done for the past 3 years, acquiring more properties, buying other companies. I think it's smart. It's a smart way to get more rental income, which is really what I want. I love real estate. I just don't have the capital in free cash to buy a property. I know the $50,000 I have invested, or around 50 anyway, would be enough to put a down payment on a property. First-time home buyer, I've looked into that, but I don't know real estate well enough to really dabble in that sector yet. So I would rather just own a company that does it for me. There's no headache, there's no BS. I don't have to deal with tenants, credit checks, none of that. Maybe in my mid-30s I might jump into real estate if I have enough saved, but as of right now I'm more focused on stocks. So Realty Income is a great way for me to get a little bit of real estate exposure without the headache. And overall, guys, I am going to be putting the money from Altria and Realty Income and that sitting cash that I had left into Realty Income, as long as they stay at these levels. It would be dumb not to, guys. They're below my average cost, the biggest dip in the portfolio, and I love the company, so I wouldn't mind buying 5 to 10 shares. I might put some extra cash in there if I can, squeeze it to get 10 shares. Then we have Coca-Cola sitting at $58.01. We've got 15 shares, $870 in market value. Average cost is $60.54. 1.75% of the portfolio is in Coca-Cola. Today we're down about $2. Total, we're down $40, down 4.2%. A good buying opportunity here for Coca-Cola, but Realty Income is just a better deal right now. I do want Coca-Cola to be one of the top 5 foundational stocks in the portfolio, so given time, I will be putting more money into Coca-Cola. Then we've got Altria sitting at $40.93. We've got 320 shares, $13,000 worth of market value. Average cost is $47.27. 26% of the portfolio is in Altria. Today we're down $3.20. Total, we're down a little over $2,000 with a 13.4% loss. Guys, this is another great buying opportunity, but Realty Income is just a better bargain right now than both Coca-Cola and Altria. So while I would love to cost down average, and I'd love for that dividend to go up to around $320 instead of $313, I just want more Realty Income at this point. Then we got Apple, which is down kind of big today, $3.12 loss, a 1% drop in the stock. We have one share, $170 worth of market value. Average cost is $132.66. So again, guys, not even close to my average cost, even though we're down today. 0.34% of the portfolio is in Apple. Today we're down a little over $3. Total, we're up still nearly $37 with a near 28% return here on my single share of Apple. This is going to be the single biggest company in the portfolio. I want to do another AbbVie, which would be have a lot of cash on the sidelines, and when this hits around 130, I mean, I would probably even buy it at 140 at this point. I really want to buy it at 130 to like 135 would be my range. But once it gets to like 135, I want to put like $25,000 into Apple. Now, I need to save a lot more money before that can happen. But if I have an opportunity, I don't mind dabbling and biting on it just a little bit so I can add more shares. Because a small snowball is still a snowball, guys. It will still compound. I just don't want to buy it at the wrong price because that's going to lower my overall return. And I do want Apple to be one of the biggest proponents of growth in the portfolio. Then we've got AbbVie sitting at $163.19. We've got 95 shares, $15,500 worth of market value. Average cost is $95.19. 31% of the portfolio is in AbbVie. Today, we're up $144, up about 1%. Total, we're up nearly $6,500 with a 71% return on AbbVie. And then, of course, as you guys can see, we do have a dividend coming in of $155 per share. So, guys, when I first bought AbbVie, the dividend was like $107, I think. So, we've had like a 40 plus cent increase on every single share that we own. So, that's wonderful. We've got 95 shares, like I said, $15,000 worth of market value. So I'm really close to 100 shares, and I do want to hit that milestone, that mark, but not at these prices, guys. So my long-term thesis with AbbVie is just to let it sit, let it ride, and let it grow. I'm going to let my flowers grow. I'm not going to pull them out. I'm not going to destroy my best passive income generator within the portfolio. Guys, this has been a great appreciator when it comes to stock price as well as dividend growth income. Then we got T. Rowe Price, which I think could be close to the total return of AbbVie. We have it sitting at $112.67, about a $1.60 loss today, near $2 loss. But we have 100 shares, $11,200 worth of market value. Average cost is right around $110 per share. 22% of the portfolio is in T. Rowe Price. Today we're down $161. Total, we're up nearly $300 with a 2.6% return. Sorry, I think the app's messing up, but it's at 112. So, guys, we're getting real close here to our average cost. So I might be able to purchase some T. Rowe Price with that AbbVie dividend next month. But I do love T. Rowe Price. I think it's a great business. It's run very well. Management knows what they're doing with that capital allocation, and I believe in it long term, guys. It was once sitting at like $220 a share. I think it could easily get there again, and my average cost of $110 could be a $100 upside. So I could have at least a 50% plus return with my dividend income. So that's great, and I want to sit and just wait and let it ride, just like I said with AbbVie. Then, of course, we have Google. So this is one of my favorite companies. I love the search engine. I love the ad revenue. I love YouTube, guys. I love YouTube. I'm on it all the time. So I just felt like it was dumb not to own it. I should have bought it when I first started investing, and I missed the boat on that stock split too. So, which is fine. I can buy it at a lower cost, but not a lower value. But I love Apple, and I love Google. I want tech to be some of the biggest proponents for growth in the portfolio. So I do want Apple to be one of those top 5 foundational stocks, and I do actually want Google to be in that spot as well. I want Apple to be number 1, and I do want it to go Apple, Visa, Coca-Cola. Then I'd like it to be Google and Berkshire, but Google could overtake something like Coca-Cola or Visa in the future just because of its great growth history. So as of right now, we only have 1 share, 156.72 for market value, 155.47 is our average cost, 0.31% of the portfolio is in Google. Today we're up 37 cents. Total, we're up $1.21 with a 0.77% return. So guys, we only have 1 share. I want it to drop below my average cost before I buy anything else. So I'm not going to be adding shares at this price, but I do want to add shares because I want Google to be one of the top 5 foundational stocks. And to be honest with you guys, I wouldn't mind if it cracked the top 3. I love Google. It's just it doesn't pay a dividend, but I do want to own YouTube because I post videos. I try to post 5 a week. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I post videos all the time. I mean, I've had a music channel before. I have a dividend channel. I mean, I watch a lot of different creators. It's a platform that I enjoy and I love being a part of, so I feel like it would be dumb not to own part of what I love, right? And then, of course, guys, jumping into the watch list, Visa, I want to buy it, but I want to buy it around $2.50, so it needs to drop a little bit here, about the same amount as Apple. But I use Visa every day. I have a Visa card in my wallet right now. So it's just one of those that I personally use, and I want to have a little exposure to it. Every time I swipe, every time I pay rent or I pay, electric, I pay for food, whatever it is, Visa gets a portion of that transaction. So in turn, when I spend my money and I own Visa, I'm paying myself, just like I said with Coca-Cola and Apple. When I buy an Apple product, I have AirPods. Apple got a piece of that revenue, and then I own it, so I'm technically building my own wealth when I purchase the products of the companies I own because I'm fueling their profits. A little bit, not a lot, of course, but I get exposure to it, so my money is going back to me in a way. So I want to own Visa for that reason. They have a huge moat, great growth, and huge margins as well. So it's just an overall great business that I want exposure to. And then I want Berkshire. So I'm going to the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting here in like 2 weeks. Super excited for the video. I think it's probably going to be a tribute to Charlie Munger. But overall, guys, I want the insurance float. I want to own See's Candy. There's like 15 to 20 businesses that I love at Berkshire. So they own Dairy Queen as well. So overall, it's just a very well-run business. They understand how to allocate capital very well. They're good at sitting on their hands and doing nothing with their capital when, well, they put it into short-term bonds and make a certain percentage on that. But they don't just spend money to spend money. They're very diligent. They are very concentrated, and they're consistent. So when there's nothing good to do, they don't do anything, which is honestly a superpower when it comes to investing, because a lot of people, myself included, I struggle with this, are always trying to find new ways to put in capital into the portfolio. Even when the companies that they deem as the top quality, they'll look for something else. Like let's say, I want to own Apple, but I buy Cisco instead because Apple's overpriced. Well, if I don't feel like Cisco is as good as Apple, or say Microsoft's as good as Apple, or whatever company, XYZ isn't as good as Apple in the tech field, then why am I putting any money into it? So that's why I said I feel like Google and Apple are both very high tier companies. But if I was going to buy, say I'm buying Visa, I don't know why would I look at Capital One if I want to own Visa type of thing. See, so it's like they're very good at capital allocation, and they're very diligent in when they spend their money and how they allocate capital to generate more than $1 for investors per dollar that gets put into the business. So I do want to own a piece of Berkshire Hathaway. And once I do, I won't sell it. I want to be a lifetime shareholder, and I love going to the meetings. And then, of course, we got Meta platforms. So, guys, I use Facebook, Instagram. I use Messenger all the time. It's so ingrained in my life. I mean, I'm sure anybody that's on social media has used or has a Facebook. So it's kind of a no-brainer. It's just like YouTube for me. I use it to stay in contact with my friends and family. I like Instagram. It's not my favorite app, but I prefer Facebook and YouTube. But overall, I see that they have a competitive moat, and they're very sticky when it comes to their ecosystem, a lot like Apple. So, because a lot of times family members don't move over to TikTok. They don't move over, like your grandparents and parents generally don't go on those younger social media sites. So Facebook, I feel, has a bit of a competitive advantage with Facebook Marketplace, as well as just their overall ease of use when it comes to being a social media platform. So with all that being said, guys, plus, and they do pay a dividend, so that also adds to wanting to own them a little bit. The dividend's not as big of a reason, but it is cool that they started paying one. And I was looking into Facebook before they paid a dividend, so this kind of pushed it over that edge. I was kind of looking for growth. I was looking at Microsoft and Netflix, and I don't understand Microsoft very well. I use Netflix, but I use Facebook a lot more. So I just feel like it's a better fit for the portfolio. But with that being said, guys, I just want to say thank you. The channel's been growing a lot lately. I've been super excited to be posting videos, and it's just so cool to see that growth. So I just want to let you know that I really am thankful. Remember to hit the like button on my channel, that Dividend guy, and hit the like button on the video, and hit the subscribe button on my channel, that Dividend guy, because it really does mean a lot. I've been getting a lot of really good feedback, and it helps keep me consistent. When times are up and down with the portfolio, it helps to know that I have a community of people that are cheering me on, and you guys share your stories with me on Instagram and stuff too, so it really does help. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow with another Robinhood portfolio update. Take care.